Shalom, when the soul of souls, but giving no praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Karkadash, double honors to the apostle, great most and honors to you brothers doing the work, the most on truth and in sincerity. Yahweh's real name, with whom the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah or Yahweh. His real name is Yahweh. His son's true name is Yahweh Shai, and when we pray Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba meaning in, Ham then Sham meaning name, so Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai. This one's inspired. I was listening to Apostle Taha, and he was basically doing a video and a response video featuring Vocab Malone, and Vocab was basically pushing that whole but we're all from Adam and Eve, we're all from Adam and Eve crap. And that's one of the things that when the Lord one of the first things when the Lord opens up your eyes, you start to learn, right, that yes, we do all come from Adam, right? But no, the Lord has separates, the Lord has favorites, right? In fact, let me grab that one Lily. I might actually have been the second Ezra's. Okay, it's in 5 and 4. It says second Ezra's 5 and start from 23. It says, and said, O Lord, that bearest rule of every wood of the earth and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen the only one vine, right? Children of Israel, right? It says, and of all the land, of all the lands of Sluk, and of all lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all flowers thereof one lily, and of all the depths of the sea thou hast filled thee one river, and of all builded cities thou hast hallowed Zion unto thyself, right? And of all the fowls that are created thou hast named thee one dove, and of all the cattle that are made thou hast chosen thee one sheep, right? And among all the multitudes of people thou hast gotten thee one people, right? And unto this people whom thou lovest thou gavest a law that is approved of all, right? So that is speaking about the Lord's favorites, his favorite land, right? His favorite animals, right? His favorite flowers, okay, and his favorite peoples, right? And he basically has dealt with us, as you deal with sons, right? In fact, let me grab that. I forget. Not for your as well. Yes, Baruch 4 and 6, right? 4 and 5 says, be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath, you were delivered unto the enemies. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to the Most High, right? And Yahweh Shem Shai is a jealous power, right? Which is one of the things why I find it very spiritual that the Lord likened us unto a woman, because we can empathize. Obviously, the Most High is we're not on the same level as the Most High, but we can empathize with having a disobedient woman, right? A woman that just goes around doing whatever it is that she wants, right? A woman that goes around whoring, right? You in this world in the flesh, you'll be like, I ain't dealing with her, right? And she'll come back to you looking at her like, ugh, right? But hey, that's what we did to Yahweh Shem Shai, right? So hey, that's just the way that the Most High set this thing of ours up, right? So we were sold to these nations to be corrected, right? Because hey, when you read through the history, hey, when you look at Jake now, right? You turn on, what is it, World Star Hip Hop, turn on MTV, you hear all of the different news stories that's coming out about what Jake has been doing, and Jake's been going off. Okay, so the Most High, designed it that way. Ultimately, if you want to get technical, right, the Most High designed it that way, such that Yahweh Shah would be that mediator that would join us back unto Him, right? So yeah, where the Lord's chosen, yeah, it looks like we're on the bottom, which we are on the bottom, but that is just for our punishment, right, for our learnings, right? So that doesn't change the fact that we're the Lord's chosen people. But once again, the Lord has favorites, right? And the Lord has distinctions, right? The Lord isn't about this whole everybody one thing, right? And an example of that, right, was Genesis the 11th chapter, right? So Genesis 11 and 1 says the whole earth was of one language and of one speech. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, go to, and let us make brick and burn them through thoroughly. Right? And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. Right? And they said, go to, and let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven, and let's make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the whole face of the earth. Right? It says, and Yahweh came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do. And now nothing will be restrained from them which they have imagined to do. Go to, and let us go down, and there confound their language, right, that they may not understand one another's speech, right? So the Lord wasn't, with this whole, one, world agenda, right? The Most High is very much about separation, right? So I mean, remember there was a British Prime Minister, David Cameron, and he basically made the statement multiculturalism has failed, and he was not wrong, because multiculturalism isn't supposed to work, right? And especially that's one of the reasons why the Most High didn't want a Jake being around the heathens, right? Because Jake just like doing what the heathen that are around about them do, right? This is Proverbs 12 and 26. It says, the righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them, right? So that's it. Here it is. You've got Jake that is, is the righteous, but when Jake is around the heathen, Jake just wants to, do the ways of the heathen. This is Jeremiah 2:33. It says, why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways. Salakia, right? So Jake just wants to seek that love. Jake wants to be accepted, right? There's I was on one of those social sites, well, one that's a little bit more professional, right? And there was this Jake, and this Jake is just like, I looked at him, and he's just a sincere coon. He's a sincere coon. You see it in his spirit, right? He's got the tie. He's got the suit jacket, right? He's got the jacket on top of the suit jacket, right? The trench coat style, right? And his tie. He's got the pin that holds the tie in place. And the pin goes into like on top of the tie and then underneath your shirt, so that your tie doesn't fly around, right? He's got that bald head, right? That smooth face, right? Looking. I mean, I didn't listen to the video, but I'm pretty sure he had, no bass in his voice and stuff like that, right? Because he's seeking love, to be around these Edomites, to be accepted by these Edomites. And once again, when you read through the history, Jake was doing that all the time, right? Look at why Ezra got pissed, right? Because Jake started dealing with the heathen women, right? And then their children started learning which got the heathen women's language, but wouldn't know the Hebrew, right? And once again, this is just what these what Jake do when they're around the heathens, right? When we get back on get back on the thing, right? This is 2nd Ezra 6:54. It says, and after these Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, right? So that is true. We all do come from Adam, right? But listen to this, and the people also whom thou hast chosen, right? It says, all this have I spoken, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes, right? And that's ultimately it. You hear you read it as in Colossians, right? Speaks about in Colossians it says all things were made by him and for him, right? i.e. Yahweh Shai, right? The children of Israel, starting off with the elect, will be joint heirs, right, with Yahweh Shai. Okay, so yes, this world is ours, right? This world is ours, right? And when we look at what's been happening in the world, right? And I remember it was the elder Elder Yashwamba said this in I think the camp that it was the camp in DC, right? Just last Saturday gone, right? He was like, yeah, if we be of the elect, that's why we get so annoyed at the destruction of this world, because if we be of the elect, we were there with Yahushua creating this world, something to that effect, right? And it's true, right? Because when you read Genesis, the first chapter, when it's saying God, right there in the Hebrew, if you want to get technical, is really Alahayim, right? Which means the powers, right? Yahweh and the angels, right? And the elect that were, there from the foundation of the earth. Okay, so carrying on, it says, as for the other people which also come of Adam, right? It says, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and is liken the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel, right? You can read Isaiah 40 and 15 on that. Okay, it says, and now, O Lord, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing have begun to be lords over us and to devour us, right? And that's another thing, right? Because it's only now that we're saying we're gonna have, complete dominion, right, over these heathen, that all of a sudden, we're talking about, but we all come from Adam. But when these heathen had power over us, guess what? They didn't what do you call it? They didn't what do you call it? It's like just checking something. I'm on the clock at this time. But yeah, continuing on, right? So it says, yes, because so that's it, right? Here it is. They keep saying now that we're the ones that are going to be in power, right? It's all, we all come from Adam, we're all equal, we're all one, right? However, when it was their time to have dominion over us, as we see today, they're not talking about those, right? When before the Lord opened up this truth and Esau was in power, he wasn't talking about we all come from Adam. But let's carry on. Verse 58 says, but we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? Right? It says Sirach 33 from 10. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of the earth. In much knowledge the Lord hath divided them, and made their ways diverse. Some of them hath he blessed and exalted, and some of them hath he sanctified and set near himself, like referring to the Israelites. It says, but some of them hath he cursed and brought low, and turned out of their places. Right, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render it to them as liketh him best. Right, so once again, we're seeing what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, so once again, right, we're sorry, I shouldn't have read that. Let me close that. I said I'm on the clock. But yeah, let me focus. Slakia. So it says, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to render to them as liketh them best. Right. So yeah, that's it, man. The Lord has his favorites, right? The Lord divided the nations, right? And I'm just gonna get one more. So Deuteronomy 32 and 8 says, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel, right? So that's it. Once again, speaking on the division, right? Because once we do all come from Adam, we separate the sons of Adam. We all come from Adam, right? But guess what? There is a chosen people, right? And and you know what? There's a chosen people and there's a cursed people, right? As we read just here, right? But some of them hath he cursed, right? Those Edomites, right? As you read in the Zondervan's Bible Dictionary, the only nation promised no chance at all, right? So as always, Lord, that was edifying. Until next time, we say Shalom.